We brought together different women from different walks of life and asked them to speak openly about their journeys.
And at that time, I was also struggling to like get into the university. So it was so hard because there was nobody there to like help me or put me through that this is how it is supposed to be. So it was a lot for me to take. And I'm like, no.
The choices they have made, the lessons they have learned, and the experiences that have shaped who they are today.
Anything you try to wear, they feel like it is because of a man. If you don't want to marry, you don't have to. It is not a must.
It is a conversation about womanhood, growth, challenges, and the stories that often go unheard.
I feel like there are a lot of ways you can satisfy yourself, both as a man, as a woman.
When I see a guy say, oh, I'm gay. Oh, guy, you know they like breasts.
But we have
They
pastors,
actually
children
exactly,
that are gays,
that
and we
are
have
lesbians.
that are gay.
men of
They
God
don't
that are
have
gays.
The word woman depicts strength. It depicts. I see, like, I read something recently and I read about a woman being an altar, because we are the only being that, an altar, when you say an altar, that's like blood has to be involved. So we are the only woman who, like, go through monthly flow. We are the only woman who births another human to life. And by doing that, you're also, giving blood, giving life. You're giving life to another human, So when I hear the word woman, it's just a lot. Like it's so beautiful. Yeah, being a woman, very beautiful.
When I hear the word woman, I hear Eve. That is what I hear. Eve. Yes. That's all.
Eve, the wife of Adam.
The wife of Adam, exactly.
So my producer is saying Eve and Eve.
No, Eve.
Okay, sorry.
All right, for me, when I hear woman, what comes to mind is power.
Yeah.
I don't think you'll find any successful man without a powerful woman behind him. So when somebody says woman, what comes to me is a powerful being, someone that is very strong and at the same time soft and resilience.
Yeah.
And I'll say currently Pastor Dolapo Lawa is one of my favorite pastors. And he will say whenever you find a man doing well at any position, at any level, you always find a woman behind him. Like the woman is always a backbone of anything that is successful. So whenever I hear woman, I hear power.
I appreciate my body. I appreciate the way I carry myself. And I appreciate my resilience.
For me, I'll say my resilience first because I don't know, maybe I think it's a firstborn thing. I'm a firstborn. So I think about it like this. Anything a man can do, I can do it better. And so coming from that point of view, as far as I see a man can do this thing, I want to do it and I want to do it better too. So resilience.
I appreciate the fact that I always have the ability to push through some difficulties in life. Like I've gone through some things that when I look back, I'll be like, if someone else had gone through this thing, I don't think you'll be able to survive. So I appreciate my efforts in always looking at the brighter side of things. Okay, this has happened. Fine, let's move on to the next thing. There's no time to waste and then just sit there. So I appreciate my ability to be able to push through things, especially difficult moments. Yeah.
I don't think so. I think there are a lot of limitations around women, and women are not actually living the life that they want to live. Women are restricted and confined to what the society wants them to, how they want us to live, and how they want us to behave, what they want us to do, how they want us to dress, places they want us to go. As a woman, you cannot just be, you cannot just do what you like, you cannot just go where you want because of societal values and attachments. And so I don't think a woman is living the life she wants to live, except you can break through from that societal um, perspective and just say, I want to live my life. I don't care what anybody's saying. However anybody chooses to look at me. If you see yourself that way, I think that's the only way you can truly and fully live life and enjoy it. But
Yeah.
ordinarily, an average woman is limited and restricted.
I feel women are living based off of what society says about them, how society wants them to live. I believe most women, they have this way they want to live, but they are scared of what will people say. They are scared of what society will think of them. For instance, a woman making money for herself and trying to, put herself out there and dress nice, look good, and all of that. They say those kind of women, they can hold marriage down because they won't be submissive to a man. So they would kind of drift back in a way to fit into what society wants them to look like.
Well, if you would ask me this this question like 20 years ago, I would say yes, like the society is limiting women. But now I think there are lots of women that they don't even care anymore. They don't care about what the society thinks. They don't care if the society want them to dress this way. Women now, especially the let me say the Gen Zs, especially the Gen Zs, they are looking at the society in the face and they are punching them like, I don't care what you think. This is what I want to do. This is who I am. This is how I want to dress. Like they don't care. So now I don't think society is limiting. Well, in some, like in Iran, I heard like their ladies don't go to school anymore because they feel like they're just stripping women of their power. I don't know, but I think in the society we are now, I don't think they are limiting women anymore. Like women now have their voice. Like they're giving their voices out. They're fighting for themselves because they know, oh, nobody is coming for me. Nobody is coming to fight for me or save me. So if I don't do this, then so I think now they're not feeling restricted anymore. They are free. They feel they are free to do whatever they want to do now. Yeah, that's what I think. So I think when I started realizing that, oh, now I'm a woman, was when I started taking responsibilities for myself. I right from time while growing up, I didn't really have that parental um let me say parental guidance to like, oh, this is how life is supposed to be. So when I realized I'm now a woman was when I started working and started setting bills for myself, and right then I had lots of things I was doing. At that time I was working in an hotel. So I'll do shift in the hotel. From the hotel, I'll go to the studio because I'm a music artist. So I'll go to the studio, do BGVs. From the studio, I go back home, bathe, go back to work. So that was when I realized that, oh, now I think this is how, I became a woman. I started fending for myself, taking care of myself and doing things, taking decisions, like main decisions for myself. Yeah. This is not about, oh, now I'm now menstruating, I'm now, no, no, no. It's just when reality hits me and I know that yes, this is it, and nobody's coming to save me if I don't do things. Like doing lots of things at the same time, it was a lot that I was just trying to like manage myself. Like at a point I'll be like, I'm stressed, I can't do this anymore, but I'll just be like, if I don't do this, nothing will happen. No, I cannot eat. And it got to a point that I was now, and at that time I was also struggling to like get into the university. So it was so hard because there was nobody there to like help me or put me through that this is how it is supposed to be. So it was a lot for me to take, and I'm like, no. Even at that time I didn't realize that, oh, I'm now a woman, but thinking back, I think that was what made me like the woman I am.
When I realized that I was a woman was during my school days. When I started handling some kind of situations amidst my schoolmates, that was when I realized, oh, truly, so I can do this on my own without having to call my mom back home. That, mom, you see what is happening, this and that and that and that. That was when I realized, oh, I'm a woman.
All right, my own is very similar to Abimbola's own, but a very different dimension. So, I moved to Ibadan for NYSC in 2022, and every time I wanted to come, like whenever I think of NYC, I wanted to go to Ogun State one time, I wanted to go to Abuja one time, and I studied agricultural economics. I just felt like, okay, Ibadan has a lot of agricultural firms that I would like to learn from, so let me come somewhere that is close to home. So I schooled and grew up in Ilorin. So my dad would say, oh, my I had a cousin in Ibadan at the time. He had a wife, or he has a wife and a kid. And my dad would say, oh, when you go to Ibadan, you stay with him. And I did not like the idea of staying with anybody. I just felt like, I'm not a big girl. I should be able to stay by myself. And that day, I spoke to my mom, and she told me that except you have your money and you are able to afford your rent by yourself, you cannot tell your dad that you're not going to stay there. And I got a job. I started working in my final year. I got a job at that time. So when she told me that was like a year before we were on strike. We had this 8 months ASU strike at that time. So all the money I was making, I was saving it up. That's okay. Oh, when it's time for NYC, I'm going to tell my dad that I have the money for rent, and so I'm not going to stay with my uncle. And so finally got NYC column came up. I came to camp. They posted me to one town that was not Ibadan. I forgot the name now, but it was a village towards the outskirts of Ibadan. And I told my dad that I could not go to that village. He was like, oh, the people there are farmers, you'll be able to export, do business, make money and all of that. I said, the things I want for myself, I don't think I can achieve them in that village. So I want to stay in Ibadan. If it's not Ibadan, I don't want to stay in Oyo State. So he said he will see what he can do and all of that. And then at the end of the day, I started looking for placements for myself. So I went to different organizations to see if they're going to accept me. And at the end of the day, I was finally able to get a placement in Oyo State Secretariat, in one of their offices. And I told my dad that I had my rent, and so I was not going to stay with my uncle. He said, since I was able to sort out my placement by myself, he believes I'm matured and old enough to take care of myself. Like, if I could do that without him having to interfere, he feels like I can take care of myself, so why not? So I came back to Ibadan after the 3 weeks camp. We had a 1 week break, so I came back to Ibadan after that, got an apartment, moved in, and every time I talk to my dad, he say he's confident that I can take care of myself. That statement made me realize that, okay, I'm at this point where my parents actually, because I grew up in a very protective home, you cannot go out without your parent approval.
So
like
lucky.
throughout my secondary school, my friends are the one that visit me. I don't visit them, so you cannot just behave anyhow. And so my father giving me the liberty to stay where I want to stay by myself was, I think, was a breakthrough. And then if my mom and my dad have an argument, they'll call me.
Wow.
My mom will report my dad to me. My dad will call to report my mom to me. So I just realized that, okay, I'm not a woman. I can settle my parents' arguments.
As a first child.
Yes. So I think that was when I realized that I am now a woman. I've grown. They see me as someone who can handle these parts of life and, some things from home. So that was the time.
When people see me, they see me as, oh, she's quite confidential. She's she's just okay. She's soft. She's gentle, but really, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I'm not gentle. I'm gentle, but when it comes to some matters, like some, points, I'm not gentle. So when men see me, they see me as, oh, some people even think I'm married. It's until I say, I'm not married though. Please help my life. I'm not married. So I don't know why. I don't know why it's like that. I don't know. Maybe because of the I would say experience, because the first time they are seeing me, it's not like we've discussed, or maybe because of the way I place myself. Because if I'm in a place, I study a place before I start, manifesting my normal self. So maybe because, oh, she's just keeping to herself, and I think I like that part and all of that. Yeah. Even when women see me, I don't know. I really don't have anything in my head that, okay, this is what they are thinking. I just feel they just see me as a cool person, that, because, yeah, even if you're meeting me for the first time, you can talk to me freely. Like, you have that, you'll be comfortable talking to me. So I don't know. I really don't know until I ask, oh, what do you think? Who do you think I am? You know, with my just seeing me for the first time. So I really cannot say. But I think normally they just see me as a soft person, a cool person. And I think the misunderstanding they have about me is, oh, she's proud. If I'm entering,
I think they have the same thing for everybody.
No. Like some people can enter a place now and everybody knows them.
Yeah.
Like everybody can relate with them.
Yeah.
I'm not like that.
So,
You think I'm proud, but I'm not. I can't say I'm proud because a proud
You're
person
reserved.
cannot. I cannot just enter a place and then I'm all over. I have to like study the environment, know this person that, oh, this, if you talk to a person, if you talk to this person like this person doesn't like just know. There's a way you see someone for the first time and you know that, oh, this person might not like if I speak. Like I cannot just be all over, even if I'm trying to be like, I'm a shy person, so I cannot just be all over you like that in the first place. So I think the misunderstanding they have about me is, she's proud. If you say I'm proud, it's fine. I cannot. It is when you now get to know me, you know, she's actually not proud though. And I like her. Yeah, I'll leave you to that judgment. I'll leave you to decide yourself. Yeah, I think that's just
for me, a lot of people have said I'm strict, and honestly, I don't have a problem with it because I have a number of principles that I used to guide myself, and so I'm a Gen Z, by the way, but I do not act like one, and those are because of those principles that guide me. And so on a normal day, when people see me, they will say, she's strict, because I would not do what a normal Gen Z would do. Because there are a number of things that people would do, and I just feel like, okay, this thing does not make sense. But it makes sense to almost everybody in the room. But for me, I don't think you should do things this way. So when they see me, they say, oh, Toria is strict, Toria is proud. But I prefer to be seen that way than to be seen as a mumu or ode. So
they don't try nonsense with
exactly. So apart from that, if I walk into a room, they'll just say, oh, the lady is tall, she dresses well, and that's very deliberate, because I just feel like there are certain rooms that you enter and you should command respect from the way you enter that room, and that is the way everybody in that room is going to relate with you. And so I think what people see when they see me is someone respectable, someone strict, like most people have said, and maybe someone proud. And I don't think I want to clear the air. Let me just leave it like that. I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
They say a very short girl, they'll be like, Talomele, who is she? Actually, they don't know my age. You don't know if I'm 40, you don't know. But once they see me and my small face, they think she's a very small girl. So some people just tend to just talk to me anyhow. At times I feel offended, but I groomed myself to a level I be like, it's not your fault. It's God that did not share heights and reach my sight.
Sorry to cut you. I don't sometimes with my own personal experience, I don't think I know people judge with, you know, the way you look. Oh, you look young. But so, like, in my own part, someone has, like, for example, in my church, they just think because you're not married, oh, you're just maybe 20 something. It is until one of my baby sisters in church. So someone said, Abimbola is. He said, Miss Abimbola, what do you mean? So I think so I was not like, am I looking? I'm not saying I'm not old though. I'm just a small girl. But when you mentioned, oh, people will just look at you, and I don't think. I think it's from maybe the way you carry yourself, the way you.
No, there are times. Okay, I worked somewhere as a copper.
Okay.
I was the front desk. So it's how would I put it? It's like a school. So there was this lady that just came in. She just walked in and just went straight to the class.
She does see you.
I was not even standing.
Maybe she thought you were a student.
She thought I was an IT student.
Yeah.
So I had to call her back. Actually went to the class. I called her. I said, come outside. I said, go back to the door.
Yeah, good. So with that act, you know that.
So I just told her, I said, anytime you are walking in, open your good morning. You don't put ma. Just say good morning.
Yeah.
You don't have to call me ma. Just say good morning and you can go. But you're walking in and you're just going straight. I look like a stick.
I think it's something that like an average person would do. Like when people see you, they just have an opinion of you
Yeah.
just from seeing you. When I was in like 300 level, I don't tell people my age, because even when I want to get into a relationship with somebody, I used to increase my age first. When the relationship is serious, and I say, oh, this is my real age, oh. Because when you tell them your age, they just say, that age, long one year, me, they fair.
that's
But maybe they see you, they I like the girl. But by the time they know your age, they now start disrespecting you, treating you like aburu. I'm not your aburu. Let us do what we want to do. For me, I don't have a lot of female friends, and I don't know whether it's even deliberate or not, but I used to have more male friends than female friends. Right now, I don't want to be friends because make everybody just do their day. And it's not based on personal experiences. I don't have a lot of personal experiences with bad friendship. It's just people's experiences that they share with me, and I'm like, by the way, I don't believe that there's a wicked gender. I don't say I would not say obìnrin buru. I just know that èèyàn buru, that person can either be a man or a woman. But on a good day, a woman will judge you based on perspective, like how they perceive you. Is that a man might still want to hear from you and say, let me see whether she has sense. Let me see whether I feature her work. All these type of things is what they used to judge you. But the woman, when maybe you enter, she has already look at you like, me and this baby, we no fit be friends. So I would just say women are very selective. I would not say they are harsh. I would not say they are harsh, but I would say they're very selective with the type of people that they want to be associated with. It's not like a man where you see a group of men, you see like 16 men sitting down, they don't know each other's name. Till they leave that place, they will not know. When they see each other, they're like, Ogami, or this my boss. Okay. They don't know each other. There's nothing deep. But with women, our friendships are way deeper. You see us, we'll be friends, we'll hang out.
We want to connect.
Yes, so I feel like based off of that, it just makes sense for you to be selective with that person you want to be that deep with. For a man, he can be with 16 people and all of them there is guys, but he does not know where this person lives. He does not know anything apart from this person, apart from the fact that they watch football together, which is something that brings them together. But for we women, even if we're going to go out together, I already know a lot of things about you, and I know that, I want to be seen with this person. That is why I want to go out with her. So I'll not say women are harsh. I'll just say they are selective with who they want to be seen with.
My own type of friends, I have friends that will judge you genuinely based off of whatever it is you tell them. And I have friends that they'll say, but I have this particular friend. Before I tell her anything, I would have sat myself down and think about it twice. Should I tell this girl? If I should tell her, she will roast me. And honestly, if I tell her immediately, that's just the way she is. And I have my friends don't judge. I don't have much. All my friends all together, I don't even think they're up to 5. So the friends I have, like, I hold them dear and very tight because I don't have much. So I have people that whenever I'm in need of something, I can easily run to them and they will help me.
Women are emotional beings, so they judge based on emotions. Like, you shouldn't have done that now. Like, they would think like, with emotions, so this is how I would handle this thing. But really, you cannot really know how you handle a situation if you are not in that situation.
Yeah.
Do you get? So I think women judge based on emotions and the way they see you. Like, so you too, you can do it. Like, you're someone that I don't know if you get. So it's a bit wide. Everybody judge. Even men, they judge, but it's just very different with women. And coming from a woman to a woman, women judge, but it's just based on lots of things. Yeah. Let me just put it that way.
I also think it's based on how they express themselves. How they judge you. Because a man too also judge you. It just depends on how he's going to express that judgment. It's very different.
Again, sorry, I feel your friends will judge you based on you. If they know the kind of person you are, and you do some kind of things, they'll be like, I don't expect this thing from you.
And not just even your friends, even older women. If you go to them like, mommy, kill a feel, with experience, they'll say, come by lo ye ko she. Kilo ito no, do not she, but that kind of. So I think that's why I said is very wide.
I feel like women support women, but women are the enemies of themselves.
Exactly. I think that's it.
I feel like it just depends on how the other person, like how the other woman comes off with you. There are people that I see and I feel like I want to compete, because if you call yourself the best, what makes you the best? I want to compete against this person. There are people that I see and I say, okay, I want to be her friend because I want to be her friend because I want to learn from her. There are people that I see and I say, because it's possible at the So I feel it just depends on how another woman perceives you. This is what will make her feel like, I want to support this person, I want to be friends with this person. But on a good day, if I want to go for an interview, I'll be praying in my mind that, God, please let it be a man, because you know.
I have a first-hand experience. That was my first ever interview. This is Ibadan. I went prepared, but immediately I saw the woman. Trust me, everything that was in my head. I could not say shit, and she told me, when you are ready, you come back.
Okay.
She did not help me. I was fidgeting. It was my first ever interview, like a corporate interview. So I was like, you're not ready for this job. That was I did not go back because she will still be the one to interview. So I didn't bother.
I just feel like I don't know what it is, but there are certain women you see and they just want to support you because you are a woman. And there was a gig I got last year, and the person just called me and said, Toria, I handled the person's campaign. The person did a fashion show in Ibadan, and I was the one that handled their campaigns, their social media, influencer marketing, everything. And so he recommended me to, when I told him that, I've opened an agency, I was going to manage social media pages and campaigns and all of that. After 2 weeks, he called me, was like, Toria, I'm not in Ibadan, but there's one of my guy, he owns one hotel that just opened, and I recommended him to you. But we're going to go together. So when I'm back, we'll go together, because he does not want you to come without me being there, because I wanted, I recommended it. I said, fine. So when he got back, like 2 weeks after, we went together. When we got there, the guy was not around. So it was his secretary that was around. So the secretary called him and told the secretary to attend to us. So the lady was asking questions. What have you done before? I said everything. You work with this brand? I said yes. I've sent my portfolio and rate card ahead. So she now said, okay, I saw your rate card. So you're telling us that I'm going to pay 500K for you to come and shoot this video and all of that. So after like 2 days, the guy got back to me and said that the guy is willing to work, but the way the lady presented you to him, the guy is not willing to work with you. That they say he would prefer if they interview more people. And I go, that's not a problem, because I'm not actually willing to bring down that rate down, because I'm going to go with somebody else. I'm going to shoot. I'm going to manage your page. I'm going to handle your campaigns. If you're not willing to pay that money, it just makes sense that I'm not working with you. So I don't have a problem. So the guy was like, and you're bringing them on Shirai. Can you But since we met a lady and she just felt like the money was too much for the work I was going to be doing, she already told him that because and I told him, I was like, this service I'm offering is not something that you beg people to do. If people do not understand the value they are offering, it's very difficult for them to pay you. So I understand where she's coming from. So I'm not going to judge her based off the fact that it's a woman that interviewed me. But I'm playing with the fact that it's actually a woman. Like, he could have defended and said, support all of that. But on a good day, I don't know. I just feel like women supporting women, but at the end of the day, women are the biggest enemies of themselves. The two of them, I think there are two truths that can stand together.
Yeah, they are both right. But I also talk in another aspect. When we see something happen online, especially to a woman, we women, we know how it feels to be a victim of some circumstances, and we come we would support, we need justice for this person, we want justice for this person. That's a form of support.
Yeah.
There's another one of business. Of course, if I'm building a brand that you're also building, I'll feel threatened. I cannot leave mine and then come support you. I'll feel threatened, except you're building another brand that is way different from mine. I'll support you. Recently, Yemi Alade opened, she launched a fashion house. Funke Akindele was there. Rita Dominic was there. Lots of women in the industry, they were there to support her. That's women supporting women. Women will support you. So far, you're not doing what they are doing. They will feel threatened. Normally, if I'm into fashion and you're into fashion, I will come and support
I
you.
feel like
But
you,
it
I
won't.
feel like
It
you
won't
need
be.
a lot of understanding.
Yeah,
because
that's what I'm saying.
for me, I feel like I've grown to a point where I will not feel threatened.
I-
But I want us to work together. I want to know how you're moving, and if I'm willing to move in that direction, we're going to move together. But I feel like it takes a lot of understanding to get to that point, because when I actually started cheating my lifestyle influencing as a business, there are people that I felt like, oh, this person, this person are my boss. I don't feel that way anymore. I don't feel like you're my boss. I feel like we're colleagues, and I'm open to collaborating with you. I don't feel threatened that this person is doing better.
Some people don't feel
I just
threatened.
Yes.
but it took a lot of understanding. I just feel like let's collaborate instead of competing, because I feel like that way both of us can move further that way.
Yes. Because healthy jealousy would also push you to like do better. If you feel, oh, this person is doing better than I am, that I'm doing, I also want to do better. It's healthy. It is when you now start thinking that how can I bring this person down? That's when it's not healthy. So there's healthy jealousy.
There are good examples of women supporting women in the same business. Take for
Yeah.
instance, Vicky James and Prudential.
Prudence.
Look at their friendship.
I know. Now, I'm not saying there's no... I'm just saying, okay, now, those two women, their personality too differs. Most women, they not everybody will feel threatened, and some people will just, they don't care. So far you are doing well and I'm doing well, it's fine. But you don't know the heart of other people. You don't even know the heart of Vicky James and the heart of Prudence. They're sisters, yeah, but I don't know if you understand though. Like, I'll feel somehow if you're doing well and, please, so. Please. I'll feel somehow. Like, it's not like I'm not happy that you're doing well. I'm happy, but I also want to do better. So that's when the healthy jealousy comes in. Like, okay,
think
how
someone
can I
made a
do
post
better?
like that.
You come close to the person, learn from the person. I learned from even younger ones. My younger sister, my baby sister, she's a makeup artist. She actually, there was a time I was having issues with my, building a presence on social media. She was the one that came online, built that name. No, not like she just, opened the page for me, spoke to her friends. Oh yeah, start following my sister. That's very, because okay, she's my sister and she wants the best for me. But I'm saying there's some times that you don't know the heart of that person. The person can come to you like, oh, wow, you're doing great, but you don't know the heart of the person.
Yes.
You don't know if this person actually wants the good for my business. So I cannot say women support women, but not every time. Like I said, something can happen online. You don't even know this person, but because you hear the story and you're like, oh, this is injustice, and this, women will come up. They will come up for you. Like, you
But
can't allow this to happen.
in that case of injustice, there are some women you see under some comment section saying the meaning things.
Those ones, they are senseless.
I don't like to comment, but in my room I'll comment
Those
with
ones
my
are
mouth. I'll be
senseless.
like, God.
I feel like no matter how stupid you are, you always have followers.
Of course.
If somebody says something
Of
sensible and someone says something stupid, there are still a lot of people that still support the person that is stupid, because that's their own perspective.
Of course.
So it's very normal. You see somebody that will say, this lady was raped, let's fight for her. You see another woman that was saying that, was she not enjoying
how
it
did
when
she-
Or
they
a
how
were
did-
doing
man
how
beats
did
a woman
she-
to a pulp.
Yes,
Another
now,
woman,
like-
the other woman is asking that, what did she do?
Maybe she saw the signs
But
or
you saw the
something.
bruise and everything. You're still asking this
It
kind of
will
question.
be a woman that will tell the guy that tó bá ti nà tán ìwọ náà dẹ̀ fún lówó jẹ́ kó ṣe shopping ara ẹ̀ máa balẹ̀. It's still a woman that is telling her.
Actually. Yep.
Show back nìyẹn o.
Yes. Yes, I think that. But like I said, the society now is different. We are okay. Who makes the society? We now.
Yeah.
So those people that believed in they are going. Most of them are dead. Most of them are old. Most of them are not even on social media. So it's changing every day. I hate the fact. Now I'm not married, so let me just. But I hate the fact that we see programs everywhere about women, like, oh, how to teach women, teaching women how to be submissive, teaching women how to build a home. Have you
How to
ever
love a
heard
man.
how to love a man, how to take
And
care
you're
of your
even taking
man?
it into churches now.
Yeah, have you ever heard of building men to become the best version of themselves, or building men to like be a good husband? Is the pressure is too much on women. Like you're making us feel like we have so much to give, and less effort is coming from the men. It shouldn't be that way. I feel the same what's it called? The same energy should be put in men, brooding men. There are some men that they're not properly trained. Like the way they talk, the way they treat women, you'll be like,
they can't cook, they can't clean,
And
they are
they
very
believe-
useless
and they-
to the
oh,
house.
Jesus.
Like
And
no,
they
there are
believe-
men that you
and-
be with and you just feel like there are a lot of men that just feel like once they have money, that
They
is their
can- they can
contribution.
get
I don't
anything.
like. I feel like I'm going to the point where your money is. I'm not going to choose you for your money. You have to be offering something more valuable than money, because that money that you have, I have it also, and that money that you have, no matter how much you have it, I have the potential to make that money and make more. So why will I choose you because you have money? You have to bring in something more valuable. You have to
Of
bring
course.
in something more valuable than money. So you cannot cook, you cannot clean, you cannot support. There's no
cannot clean
emotional
up after
intelligence.
yourself.
There's nothing valuable
So I
apart
feel
from
the
money. So
the pressure on women to like do more is it's too much. Men can also do more. Let's meet each other in the middle. It shouldn't always come from the woman. It's too much.
But men are evolving now.
And as I
They are
said,
getting better in some kind of way.
because some men
It's very
actually
slow.
some men
Very
actually
slow,
actually
yes,
very
actually
slow
slow.
actually. Some men they know how their father was like, and they'll be like, I don't want to be like my father. I want to do better. So most of them are self reading. They are teaching
yeah,
themselves.
you also hear a lot of times where men will say, I want a woman like my mother, and that is because their mother was able to endure a lot of abuse.
I've
In
had
this generation-
I've had someone told me that whenever my mom say and my dad has issues, even if my mom is wrong, my mom is always the one to beg my daddy.
And that's how he wants his own woman to be.
Guy, I know.
Does it make sense? Like, just think about
Not your
it.
mother.
Do you get-
Yeah,
So even if your dad is wrong, your mom will still go back behind you people's back and go and kneel down to him in the room. That
Yeah,
"Come here,
come
Oya
here,
ma
be,
bi."
you know.
But you were the one that hurt me.
I feel like that idea is leaving us very fast, and women are evolving.
actually, and we
Women
even have
know.
better fathers now
Yeah,
than the fathers of
And-
like the generation of our fathers.
yeah.
We
And I
have
also
better
feel like a lot
fathers
of people
now.
are now aware of the fact that there's love at home.
Of
Like
course.
you can
Yes.
always leave and just
can
go back
always
home.
leave.
If you cannot go back home, you can go to your friends. You can, and that thing is have money. You can take care of yourself. So there's really no need for you to stay and take abuse, take insults, and just suffer.
I feel why women suffer more then is because they don't have money. They
yes,
don't have
and
other
they're not allowed
options.
to like do a lot of work.
Exactly. Some of them were not allowed to work.
Even some of them that were breadwinners, they were stopped by.
You know the way people treat women when you have money and you cannot keep a home, they will say "Nítorí olówó ni." That's because there was a time that Funke Akindele was trending because of the fact that our marriages were breaking up, and people attached it to the fact that she was
She has
successful.
money.
So I think that's another reason why a lot of women will say, "Oh, let me just stay and manage," so that it's not be like because I have money. That is
But
why
the women
I don't have a
now,
husband.
they're not
But
taking that shit from
I love
us.
it.
Some
for them.
people will say once you collect your salary or the profit you make from your business,
Support
hand
it
it over to your husband. Let
Or
your
else
husband
she-
be giving you it by
That's
bit.
bullshit.
Oh, so I've not really experienced all of that, but for me, one thing I've learned is to express myself. I've been in a lot of relationships, not a lot actually. I'm just trying to say that I've been in relationships, and the reason why we had a lot of issues is because I was not expressive. I'm not really an expressive person. You do something that hurts me, and I'm not going to come and tell you that this thing you've done hurt me, because I feel like we're all adults. If you are doing something, you should be aware of what you are doing. So I don't have to open my mouth to tell you that nǹkan tó ṣe lẹ́ẹ̀kan yẹn ó dùn mí. Ṣórí ẹ̀ ò pé tó fi mọ̀ pé nǹkan tó ṣe you could make sense. Like no, I just feel like you should be able to know that this thing, if somebody does this thing back to you, would you like it? But I've also come to understand that there are some people that this thing that they've done to you, if you do it to them, they don't have a problem with it. And so one thing I've learned from past relationship is expressing myself. Like if I'm not fine with something, say it that this thing you're not fine with it. This thing cannot work if it remains this way. And that thing is being feminine. I'm not a feminine woman. I'm sorry. No, I feel like it's just being a firstborn. Honestly, I'm not. I feel like I'm more of a masculine woman because I do a lot of things. I don't leave my things to be handled by someone else. I stand up for myself. I'm not waiting for anybody to do these things for me. And so when I'm in relationships, my boyfriend will say, "Babe, just let me handle this thing." And cannot just leave it for you to handle. Like, and like, just be soft. Can't you just be feminine for once? And I'm like, it's as much as I want to. I like the idea of being soft, being feminine. It's very hard for me to do, but I feel like I'm gradually learning how to be feminine, how to be soft, how to, once a man can prove that he can take care of me letting him actually take care of me. So that's what I would say I've learned from past relationships.
Choose yourself first.
Yeah.
You come first. Because you see this opposite gender, men. They will choose themselves first. So don't love to your own detriment.
Yeah.
Don't put others first before you. Put yourself first in every situation.
I don't think I totally agree, because I don't think you love somebody completely and put yourself over them. When you love somebody totally, like you are madly in love with this person you would fight for their own interest, not your own interest.
But you still fight for your
But
own interest.
except if the person loves you too, the person is also going to be looking out for your own interest while you're also looking out for his own interest.
But
If he's becoming toxic, that's
you
when you
choose
put
yourself.
yourself first. You fight for yourself. You protect your own interest first. But in a case where love is involved, I'm stating it out. In a case where love is involved, you are actually looking out for the interest of the other person, not for yourself. And that's the only way you can completely love or show love to somebody else. So that's why I'm saying I don't totally agree with choosing yourself, except love is not involved. Because if love is involved, as you're choosing yourself, the other person too is choosing you. So you don't really need to fight for yourself, because it's fighting for you already.
Okay.
Yeah.
No problem.
I can be comfortable to tell my partner, oh, this is how I feel towards sex.
Yes.
If we start, so I think I can be that vulnerable. I've always been vulnerable with my partner, so I don't think when it comes to sex I will not be vulnerable. I should be allowed to express myself because I know it has to be important.
Yeah.
You cannot be the only one getting there. I have to get there too.
And that is why you
When
have
I'm
to
ready
talk
to
about
get
it
there.
during your
So you have
talking
to-
stage.
Yeah.
Before the
It-
main
it has to
relationship
be-
starts. You have to
It has
talk.
to be,
Even,
There has to
even
be
when the relationship
communication.
starts, if it does not work, if it's not working for you, just let him know that, babe, I'm not enjoying it, or you're not doing it well.
if you've started having sex in the relationship,
Yes, no.
I just want it to be clear. Like, for some people, theirs is no sex
Yes,
before marriage, so they cannot really know if they can only talk about it and just feel okay. I feel this guy can take me there when I want to, maybe when I start enjoying sex. But for those that are involved in it, I think you should be able to talk about it.
Sexual compatibility matters in relationships.
It does, though.
100.
That's bad.
In relationship
You said something about sex, no sex
before marriage, yeah.
Now, when a lady gets married and she feels her husband is not satisfying her and he's not even trying to change, do you think she should walk in?
No, you cannot walk away like that now, because there are times that you get some people go for therapy, and then they get professional people that can talk to them. Okay, even if you're not getting it, even though you didn't practice when you guys were in a relationship, there's a way you can they would put you guys through, like,
I
okay,
think there's a way we can go around it.
Yeah.
some therapists help. I really
Therapists
cannot
help with
say
sex.
no, like, just to tell them, okay, this is maybe the
Exactly.
guy is not doing some things that is making you feel like, oh, I'm there. When in marriage, and then you go and then you go for therapy, and then they tell, oh, this is what you need to do, or maybe there are some spots you need to hit. You can go for sexual therapy.
Me, I feel like
Okay.
sorry. I feel like there are a lot of ways you can satisfy yourself, both as a man, as a woman, and
Outside relationship or outside
both
marriage,
in
or-
relationship, both in marriage and in for me. I support sex toys. I support vibrators.
Whoa!
Yes,
Actually,
I
yes.
support that by force to fuck
Yes.
them. Yes, I support it. Yes.
Hold on.
No,
my
so
God.
this is something that when people are saying it, so when I was in school, people are saying it, I'm like, I need to see debe. But now I talk about it, I support all of those things. And I feel like when it comes to relationships, both marriage, dating, communication is what is going to actually help you achieve a lot of these things. So if you are not enjoying whatever he's doing, let
Yeah.
him know. If there is a particular way you feel like you're going to get satisfied, let him know. If you are with someone that has
Yeah.
high libido and you know that, oh, it's not every time you can do, find other ways that you can satisfy him if you want to be in that relationship. So I feel like communicating and also exploring a lot of other options, as far as you're not cheating, it's not like you're
Yeah.
fooling another person. These days, you can go online and you see different things. I can go online and go to YouTube now and say, I have to satisfy myself as a woman. I will see enough. And by the time I explore like 2 or 3, I'll find the one that satisfies me. So
Yeah.
I just think just exploring and communicating would solve the
But
problem.
as a lady, you have a right to.
You have every
You have a
right.
right
to
to
enjoy.
ask that you get to that place.
Yeah.
As a lady,
And-
and then for those that are not, that are in a no sex before marriage relationship, for you to know that, oh, this guy, I think this guy, we are actually sexually compatible, I think I'm sexually attracted to this guy, you will know because you guys are in a room, and even though the rule is guiding both of you that no sex, but at least I'll feel like, guy, touch me now, or like, let's just kiss.
You know, some people don't do it
kissing
at all.
too, yeah, even though kissing too is not allowed, but at least there's a way that at least if I touch you or if he touches me, I feel in a type of way. Even if I touch him, at least I see there's a boner, you get. So that's the way you know that, okay, this guy is not like, it's not it's not, yeah.
I used to have
that.
a street sister back then. We vibe a lot. So she and her fiance then, they had this deal of no sex before marriage. Before then, she was sexually active. But when
Okay.
she started dating the man, he said no.
The man said,
The man said he doesn't want sex. So she said they were planning their wedding. So this lady, she was feeling some type of way. She was Papa Timothy, I
have
don't
to
even
know.
know.
like, you just
So
have
she
to
said she
know.
went to his house, she cooked, and then she added a little small, and then she
Oh my god.
so she was like, okay, we can then go on with the wedding. She opened her mouth
At
and she
least,
said
at least she knew. There was a knowing that, okay, this guy is not like he cannot do.
it was at
He
that
got it
moment that she
wrong.
knew that, okay, we can actually do.
I
Because
feel like
she tried
I feel like this conversation is just something that a lot of people do not discuss. Because when I was in school, when my roommates are talking about this thing, I don't used to contribute because
away.
I don't just think it's normal. Like, why are you talking about the positions that you and your boyfriend did, and how you did there, and things that you guys ate, places that you guys like
Went to.
had sex. You had sex in club toilets. Why are you telling us in the room? Like, do you get? But now, if somebody is
Why?
gisting me, I ask them, about the share, you know that, you know. Yeah, so I just feel like then people were not just open enough to discuss all these things. But now you come online, you see somebody talk about
People
their
like
experiences, and
now,
I'm like,
people
okay,
are not
this is
even
interesting.
people are not shameful about this kind of
Yeah.
topic.
Yes.
They are not ashamed.
My mom told me one time that, okay, when she and my dad wanted to get married, they didn't have sex actually until they got married. So she said, she would just lie down and
that's what
just
our
do
parents
this thing.
Our-
My dad had to tell her that, my mom still told me that my dad went to buy blue film. Both of them.
They can
Say you
watch.
learn.
She said both of them sat down, they watched it,
learned.
and she became even proud. And my dad was
Whoa.
like, lọ́jọ́ wo sọ́jọ́ wo ọmọ yóò ti.
So I think there are lots of things to you guys can learn. If me, I'm talking on no sex before marriage. If you guys, I'm a Jesus girl, oh guys. So if you guys get into that marriage and then you see that, oh, we're having some sexual issues, you guys can teach yourselves even without seeing sexual therapists. You guys can teach yourself some things, and if you now see that, oh, we are not getting this thing, then let's go see a sexual therapist. God created you. Always, like me, or like I said, I'm a Jesus girl. So always be accountable to God, not even to you can be accountable to other people, but do it in. So if you feel, oh, you don't want to get married, you just want to like have sex, it's good. Nobody will hold. It's not everybody that will get married. Actually, I'm telling you, in the we have lots of older women that are not married. They've never been married and they are not married till today, and I don't think they want to get married till they die. So if you feel you don't want to get married because you have the right to your body, it's a free world. But do all these things in accordance to the will of God. What is God saying about you as a woman? I don't know it depends on how you study the word, and how the things that God has said concerning you. But do this in obedience to Christ.
I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
So, if I come to you now and say, I'm a lesbian, I don't want to have sex in a man, I don't want you to answer me based on a church girl. I want to tell me how you genuinely feel. Like, like the questions you're going to ask me and how you express yourself.
So, yeah. Now, I'm not a
You're no longer
now I'm not a Christian.
Yes.
How do you guys do it?
Oh, now you're going to ask me.
Yeah, of course I will, because when I see a guy say, "Oh, I'm gay," oh, guy, they like breasts. They like you don't like the feeling of fondling a breast. Hey, Jesus Christ, I'm saying this. like don't you enjoy or like the idea of how soft you want to be touching your fellow man that probably has
what is even in the man's body
that
you're
probably
touching?
has hair on his chest, and the chest is just dry, and you're telling me that you enjoy being gay, or the succulent ass a woman has? Because it's different if you touch a guy's ass and a lady. It's so different.
But
They are not much. No, they are not much. They are not much. You can I don't know. Maybe you can correct me. I don't think we have guys that, let's say 98% of men, they have dry ash. Even if you are fat, Josh. Josh. So even if you are fat, your ass cannot be so attractive as a lady's. So what exactly are you enjoying in being a gay? To your question, how do you feel down there? Like what's the satisfaction that a kind of soft and hard thing is entering there? Like,
so like that's what I'm expecting her to say when you ask that question. Like, I just wanted her to express herself, not as the Jesus girl, because I really cannot get your opinion from. I'm a Jesus girl too, but I want you to express yourself based on, because if somebody comes to me and tell me that he's gay, I don't judge you already. First, before I ask you that,
because what are you enjoying?
How do people pick? How do you pick a partner? All those type of things. I'm going to ask you all of those things.
Because
but
a guy,
first, I've judged you that almost.
For a guy touching a woman alone, he already has a boner. So how are you feel? And there's a way that a lady's body is very soft. Just touching the hand or touching the arm is just a turn on for you. You're now touching your fellow man that has hard hand, that has hard body, that probably even have muscle.
Yes, so
please,
sir. I feel like the only way you can like fully own up to being a lesbian or is not caring what other people are going to say. Yes. Like, if you are looking out just for yourself, as far as you're enjoying it, though, it's not as if they forced you to do it. Yeah, enjoy yourself. You cannot do the Justin Bieber style where
before you think you want to become a lesbian is because you don't have Christ. If you have Christ, all these things will not enter your head.
But we have pastors' children that are gays, and we have men of God that are gays.
That's why I said I don't think you have Christ and then think that you want to become a lesbian. I don't think so. And I'm standing on it. I don't think you have Christ that you now say, because you feel you are kind of attracted to a woman, you want to become a lesbian. Then there's no Christ in you. My proudest moment was when I went back to school. So for a while, I dropped out of school, and it was very hard to go back again. In fact, when I started dropping out of school was in secondary school, where I was still in Lagos then. So I attended only girls' school, and the people I did that we did junior WAEC together, we entered SS1 together. They did VS, and I was still in SS1. I repeated 3 times. So I came to Ibadan to visit my mom, because my mom has been separated with from my dad for a while. So I came to Ibadan to visit my mom. My mom was like, school. I was like, I need to drop out too. And she was like, drop out, scare, God forbid, that kind of thing. And then she took me back to another school here, which is St. Louis. So in my own mind, me, I've dropped out then, but then I came back to school, and then even after I was done with St. Louis, like my secondary school, I have my WAEC. It was difficult to like gain admission. Like I can gain admission today and then money or whatever, and then I stop. So for a while, I was always gaining admission, dropping out, gaining admission, dropping out. So for like 6 years, I was not doing anything pertaining to school. So one of my proudest moments was when I went back to school. Like God strategically placed some people in my life that encouraged me with words, money. You have to go back to school, and now I'm done. So that's one of my proudest moments. If you ask me, I never ever thought I was going to like finish. I was even at the point I was thinking I would drop out again because it was already getting tiring. Then my biggest challenge growing up as a lady, as a woman, was the absence of my father. It's different when you like have a father, and it's different when you have you have a father but your father died, but this one is not dead though, and is there and is living is the best life, like the best life. So it was a challenge for me. It has been a challenge because I see other ladies out there, I see other women out there, girls out there who have great relationships with their father. So, and a present father in a child's life, it just gives a kind of confidence to that girl. I don't know. I have friends that they had their father present in their lives, and I see how they carry themselves. I see how they think. I see how they do things. So my challenge was having a present father. It made me. I'm not wayward though, but it just made me like. There's a kind of way you think, and it's just there, and then you feel there's this low self-esteem it brings too. So my challenge was coming out of that thing, like coming out of that low self-esteem.
My own problem is that I don't know the challenge safe.
You're a nepo baby. You're a soft girl.
No, it's not about nepo baby, but I just feel like in all case, there's always been love at home.
Yeah, I was saying it the other time that when you were I said, you're so lucky.
Yeah, so when I think of challenges, I really cannot think of anything. Like your own is, when you said it, I felt so touched because it's actually very deep.
Of course.
But in my case, I don't have any deep thing to say. So, well, one thing I think of as a challenge is for a woman who makes her own money, the way people look at you and say, no, they look at women because it's not women, but I feel attacked when a man says, when you do something for yourself as a woman, and they attribute that success to a man. In my own case, like very deliberately, I don't put the face of any man and outside. If we're not married, there's no need for anybody knowing you. But I cannot buy a car today and somebody saying that, oh, that's also guy they fund their lifestyle. Like it doesn't make sense to me. Are you trying to tell me that I can't make that money to take care of myself? And in the case where I'm actually making the money to take care of myself, I feel very disrespected when somebody is saying, whether you're talking to me or you're talking about me, as far as I'm in that room, it does not make sense to me that you're having such a conversation and a woman is in that room. If you want to say it amongst yourself as men. But I just feel very disrespected, challenged, and angry when someone says, oh, this person just opened a new store, and you're saying, oh, it's her husband that did it for her now. If she's not married to him, will she be able to do that? What if she's able to do that and it is not her husband that did it for her? It just really, really tears me up. And then for me, I'll say the most proudest moments. So last year, I had a bet with my brother. I think that was like maybe August. So I make a certain amount of money on a monthly basis. And I do a lot of things. I'm a data media executive full-time. And I work freelance, I work full-time with a company. My own personal brand brings me money on a monthly basis. I have an agency that also makes me money on a monthly basis. And so, I just came to a realization that this money is not enough. Like, I feel like when you set your eyes on something and you get there. When you get there, after a certain time, you just feel like it's not enough anymore. You want to make more. And I think that's where I got to last year. And then I had a bet with my brother, and he just told me that, oh, you cannot make so amount of money. Like, where you want to see him? So I was like, dare me. And he dared me. And it was a 1 month challenge. I was like, this month, I'm going to make the money. So it was like, and I was like, I'm going to be doing the same thing. Like, I'm not going to be branching out into another type of business. I'm just going to be doing the same things that I do, but I'm going to make this money. And it just dared me. And I don't know, maybe because it was the fact that I prayed or I called to God. I just said, God, you're hearing this day. I need you to prove him wrong. And before, like, I think like 17th of that month, I first got a contract job. Then I got a brand deal that was on. It was a 3-month brand deal. So I was supposed to be creating a content per week. So I charged them based on the number of content I was delivering, and they paid me 70% upfront. By the 17th of that month, I had already made the money that we dared each other that we were going to make, and I just felt so proud. Like, even when I was daring it, when I was talking to them, I actually did not believe that I can make that money. But I felt like I've achieved a lot at that point. Like, I felt so proud. I felt satisfied. I just felt, and it just pushed me to see a bigger picture of myself. So whenever someone tells me, oh, can a woman actually do this thing, I just know that I can do it, because I've put myself to the test, and I've done it before, and I know that I can do it again. So I'll say that's one of my proudest moments. Yeah.
Let me start from my proudest moment. Is when I started paying my own bills by myself, on my own, without having to call anybody, not even a man that please. Like, I was able to prove a point.
Yeah.
And I was very happy. I was like, wow, so I can actually pull this off on my own. That was when I got my apartment. So it's from my money, like from my hard-earned money. Nobody added a dime. And I paid at once. Like, I paid at once. I was like, wow, I did this. I'm proud of myself for doing this for myself. Without any man saying, all those kind of things.
Yeah.
And then
it's just the way you see people online where they broke up with their boyfriend, the guy will not collect their phone.
Exactly.
Because it was
I don't like being that kind of
I feel you're also dating an immature man, because how will you buy me something and then we break up, you now come and collect it?
I feel like he's just trying to
like
prove
that.
a point. I honestly just feel like they're just
that's
always
fine.
trying. Yes, like, you cannot do without me. That's what they're always trying to prove. I think it's just allowing women own positions that they really want to be, because recently I saw a post where someone said somebody was proposing Natasha as the next governor of Nigeria, and under the tweet, I went under it, people were like, I would rather die than Natasha being the president. This cannot happen in my lifetime. This one is all those comments. And I just realized that, so are you trying to tell me that a woman cannot lead Nigeria? That is because that was what the old tweet. There was no one single person supporting and say she could actually do it. So I think if women are allowed to express themselves without being judged, it will be owning and managing positions that on a good day they will not be allowed to, because they are judged. Like, just for competing to own those positions, you're already judged that you cannot do it, you cannot achieve it, and it is not possible for you to be successful in that particular position. I think that will be it.
Okay, I would say it's in terms of the shape of a woman. Society and the opposite gender, there's this thing about some women that they are not free to dress the way they feel like dressing because of judgment. Just leave them. Must you see and judge? Okay, this is the way she is. What do you want to change about it? That is why some women actually go on. Some people don't go on that deny because I want to impress a man, but because of what people actually has to say about their body. So that they should just leave me. Let them be. If I am short, leave me the way I am. If I have this big backside, it is God that gave me. You don't have to comment about it. Zip it. Shut up. So it is not making women confident. They are losing their self-esteem and confidence.
Yeah, I think with what she said, I think I agree. Not that I think, I agree with what she said. And it's just let women express that God-given ability that they have. Women have lots of power. Like,
Yeah.
women are so powerful. Argue with it. I don't care. But women are so powerful. And, if you give a woman, if you let's say there's a project, and you give a man and a woman to do it, the woman will come up with better results than a man would, because that is who women are. Like that, we have that power to do anything. We have the power, whether you like it or not. We have the power to break and make you. Yes. And
Yes.
I see, in the spiritual realm we have the power.
Yes.
Even in the physical we have the power.
Second that.
I'm telling you. So I feel like it would do lots of good if women are left alone to express themselves, to do the things they want to do. I think women to have to like start coming, like being in power to in the political,
The actual
Please.
truth is women
Yeah.
work smarter.
and that's it.
They work very. They're very
So
smart.
I'll just say let women be women. Let's
Let
just
them live.
let's live freely. Should I go first?
Okay.
So this says, may you, I'm talking to you, looking at me, watching me, may you always remember that your presence adds something meaningful to every room you enter. I'm rooting for you, my sister.
All right, mine says, a woman's worth is not measured by relationship status, her age, or society expectations. She is enough simply because she exists.
Yeah.
Mine says you are allowed to grow, change your mind, choose yourself, and still be a good woman.